wish you a very happy Swatch Day. Today we are gathered here for a program of Swatch Day. We are celebrating Swatch fortnight starting from 1st of September. I think we all realize the importance of this program. We need to inculcate a sense of cleanliness amongst everyone. Recently, we are aware that due to certain problems, we have to reduce our manpower cleaners. And administration is not in a position to effectively cleanse the campus. However, that is a smaller issue. What I want to impress upon the gathering is that each and every one of us need to have a sense of participation, take part in cleanliness of this campus. Even if we have sufficient cleaners, sufficient workers to clean our campus on a daily basis, on an hourly basis even, the more important thing is that we, the employees here, students here, need to have this sense of cleanliness in which each and every one of us participate in it. So today, I hope we shall be able to impress upon all of us here that you and I are responsible for the cleanliness of this campus. That without our active participation, this campus cannot be kept clean. Therefore, my request to all of us here is that let's have a sense of participation in cleanliness drive. Now let's go as per our program. I'll request Dean Students Welfare to give a report. He's a supervisor of Swatch Bharat Senani, MZU. He'll give a report on the actions taken so far.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University, and respected Chairman of today's function, and the Registrar of Mizoram University, respected teachers and professors, non-teaching officers and staff, and dear students, I feel privileged to take part in today's function, Swatch Day, which is being organized as part of the observance of Swatch Pakawada, or Cleanliness Fortnight, which is being organized in our university along with other universities during 1st to 15th of this month. So I'm asked to give a brief report of the activities of the Swachhata Senani, which is a team of students which are formed to spread awareness and to promote the importance of sanitation and cleanliness among the students. And following the government's recommendation for a nationwide implementation of Swatch Bharat through education strategy, a notification was issued by our university with the approval of Honorable Vice Chancellor for constitution of Swachhata Senani, so which is a team of students representing every department and students ambassadors representing every schools. So based on the notification of our university and we have administration, we have requested all the academic departments and schools to nominate students, representatives, and student ambassadors to represent their respective departments and schools in the Swachhata Senani. Until now, we have received nominations from 16 departments, and out of 29 academic departments. So 13 departments have not yet submitted their representatives. So at the same time, we have received the names of student ambassadors from 4 schools. So these are School of Physical Sciences, School of Social Sciences, Education and Humanities, Engineering and Technology. And nominations have not yet been received from 4 other schools. So it is requested that these schools and academic departments met their nominations at the earliest. So departments like Hindi, Department of Hindi, Department of English, Mass Communication, Geography, Horticulture and Aromatic and Medicinal Plants, Social Work, Public Administration, Psychology, Sociology, Mathematics and Computer Science, Planning and Architecture, Information Technology, Extension Education and RD. So these are requested to submit their nominations at the earliest. So we are now having a plan to adopt, the team is planning to adopt a specific uniform and organize events and to spread awareness and promote cleanliness, the importance of cleanliness and sanitation involving all the university communities, from teachers, staff, and to all the students. So we are also making a framework and programs for missions at various school levels. So this Swachhata Senani is expected to raise funds on its own. So we may get some one-time grant to initiate the activities, but later we are expected to raise funds on our own. So like from sponsorship or maybe from members' contribution. So in this way, we are expecting everyone to participate in this Swatch Bharat mission activities. So, of course, until now, we don't have many activities as of now because we are only initiating the process. So after forming this Swachhata Senani, we have to move from one school to another and do some activities like awareness campaign involving all the students. So we are inviting your support in this mission, and with the participation of all the individuals, I do hope that this Swatch Bharat mission will help make our university one of the cleanest universities in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moya. Before I request the Vice Chancellor to deliver speech, let me share a few words on this Swatch Bharat mission. From administration, we have issued a circular notification requesting each office to undertake cleanliness works every second and fourth Friday evenings, say around 3, starting from 3. And we have requested the hostels that they should take this activity every Saturday. However, by looking at the environments in and around our hostels in particular, I'm afraid this notification has not been implemented. I request the student community in particular to kindly implement this notification. And it is sad that we have often noticed. Garbage thrown around along our roads, along our departments, along our hostels, where a garbage bin, a dustbin, is also stationed nearby. I'm surprised why we keep throwing this garbage just outside the dustbin rather than inside of it. Let's take a new initiative in this regard. All of us, I think, keeping the campus clean is a responsibility. And I'm happy to report that during our last activity, that is the fourth Friday of August, we had a cleanliness drive in the administrative building, in which even our Vice Chancellor actively policed the glasses in his office, the windows. It was really encouraging to see him work like that. That is the extent of importance our Vice Chancellor is giving to this program. So let's all of us join him in this drive. Now I request our Vice Chancellor to deliver a speech.
Respected Registrar, Chairman of this function, Dean Student Welfare, my esteemed colleagues, both the teaching and non-teaching, and my dear student friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for having come for this function. As you all know, the central government has this big program of Swatch Bharat, under which a number of steps were taken by the government, central government, as well as the state government. You know that the educational institutions are expected to lead the way. That's why even the central government has made a program that all the educational institutions, even in the villages, they should have latrines and all. That's what they have taken, and the center has taken it very seriously. I think they, at one time when we went to ministry and all, there are hardly the officials we could meet, because most of the officers in the MHRD were sent out to see the implementation of these schemes. They went to the different states and interacted with the state governments to see whether this program is implemented, whether the grants given for construction of toilets and urinals are properly utilized. So if they are not utilizing properly, then these officials will interact with will discuss with the state government officials and see that these programs are implemented. As far as ours is concerned, like the university, we already have, I think, all these facilities. So it is only how we keep our compound, our offices clean or not. I think if you take anything as order, it is difficult to obey. But I think all these programs are made for our own good, for our own health, and for our own good. So I think what is needed is awareness. If you are not aware, you may do once. The next day it will be again dirty. So if we can't have awareness, then I think you need not tell anybody to do this or to do that. As students and faculty and staff of the highest seat of learning, we are not supposed to be taught all these things actually. We are to know already, to implement on our own, and our real responsibility and duty should be to teach those who do not know. But it is sad that even we ourselves need to be educated on matters of cleanliness. I hope with these programs, whether it is Swatch Day, Swatch Bharat, or Swatch that fortnight, cleanliness fortnight, we all will know what is the importance of cleanliness and keep our surroundings clean. I am sorry to hear from the DSW that although we have asked the departments, the schools, to nominate their volunteers or whatever we call, only about 50% of the departments have sent the names of their volunteers. I do not know whose responsibility it is, whether the deans, the heads, or the teachers who are entrusted with this type of responsibility. You see, nowadays, from the central government, from the Ministry of Human Resource Development, from the UGC, we receive a number of letters, circulars, asking us to give feedback. And they always wanted to have this information, sometimes within a day, sometimes within a week, sometimes within a fortnight. So the office cannot collect all these informations except to the departments, the schools, and the concerned officers, whoever is responsible. What we can do is we just send those circulars to the respective departments or concerned people, requesting them to do the needful. Otherwise, it will not be possible for registrar's office to go around everywhere and collect all this information. They will not be able to do other administrative work. So all these things are, I think we need the cooperation. Unless you respond very quickly, the whole university will always fail in meeting the deadlines fixed by the MHRD or by the UGC. So not only in this cleanliness drive and in this particular aspect, I would request all the heads, the deans, and all the responsible persons, whenever the administration asks you to provide certain information, which you can do within a day, that is not difficult. They do not ask you to give all the statistics of the last 1 year and all that. Even then, if you are not giving importance to this, how will the administration work? How can we fare well in the eyes of the administration in Delhi and all? So that shows what is our response to our responsibility. I would request afresh all of you, whenever you receive in the departments, in the schools, a request for furnishing some information or something, you take it seriously and try to send to the main office as early as possible, whoever is in charge. Otherwise, after we receive the information from you, the office again has to compile in certain cases. That takes sometimes 2-3 days. So if you are not giving those information, how can the administration function effectively? That is one of my requests. And regarding this cleanliness drive, as I told you, the government has taken very seriously. And this, as I said, is for the good of the citizens, all citizens. You know, in certain countries, even a small piece of paper you cannot drop on the road. If you drop it and if you are caught, you'll be fined. Even children, the parents have to teach their children how to keep clean. This is what is practiced in many countries. In India, you may clean your house, but around your house it will be very dirty. And from the car, you may just throw something, you eat something from the car or from the vehicle, you throw it on the road. All these things are bad practices. I think we have to learn the sense of cleanliness. Even before this Swatch Bharat came, as far as I am concerned, I'll show you, I'll tell you, when I take something and until I saw the dustbin to throw, I'll keep it in my pocket only when I find the dustbin or some place where it is convenient to throw without causing litters and all. Then I always keep in my pocket. I think that practice is somehow, it was inborn, I think. So I think we have to teach even our children this, as I said, the highest seat of learning. We have to teach others. So if ourselves cannot keep our own campus, our own buildings clean, how can we teach others? I think even recently I read, I heard that even if you, some villagers or whoever they are, if they defecate in the open, they can be punished. That rule has come. And in order to make this awareness, I think it is necessary that we should keep this thing in mind. That will not be enough. We should be able also to teach. If you see somebody who is doing the wrong thing, you have to tell them that that is wrong. Otherwise, they will never learn. Even in this, our campus is declared as smoke-free campus. But I still see people even openly smoking without caring that it is smoke-free campus. If at least you cannot resist the temptation, I think at least you should go to some, although that is not my advice, at the most, if you cannot control yourself, you go to some secluded place which will not affect other people. But even in front of the office, people are smoking openly. Anybody can report you and you will be fined. I do not know what is the fine now, about 200 rupees. So while we are talking of cleanliness, I would like also to tell you that our Mizoram University campus is declared smoke-free campus. So you should try to keep it also smoke-free. So these programs which we have we used to organize occasionally. Just by organizing like this, we cannot become smoke-free, or we cannot become clean campus. We cannot have clean campus. These are only, as I said, awareness campaigns. Our duty is to follow whatever we are instructed. Otherwise, we'll never fulfill what we want to do. Well, even earlier, I do not know, I think I'll visit these days, or even the hostels. Earlier, some 2 years ago, I heard that even some of the hostels, they used to throw anything from their window, and the hostel campus was full of that. That is bad, because I remember sometime even while I was in the hood, our UGC representative came and saw the hostel, and they found that they were very, very dirty. And they were surprised that a postgraduate hostel can be that dirty. Now I think we have asked all the wardens and the DSW also to see that even the inmates of the hostels keep their rooms and the surroundings of their hostels clean. So I do not know whether all the hostels are keeping their surroundings clean now. I think through NSS and through some other agencies, we do cleanliness drive. If everybody keeps these things in mind and keep the things, that rubbish in its own place, then you may not have to clean also, actually. Automatically they will become clean. Maybe you will have to clean only once a week or once in a fortnight. When everything is in the right place, then what else is to be done? So I think to keep clean is to have awareness and to throw rubbish and the things in the place where they are supposed to be. Don't throw everything anywhere, everywhere. I think with these programs, we'll carry this message, we'll keep it to ourselves first and try to observe what we have heard, follow, and also teach others. Now we are going to, we have adopted already 5 villages by the university. We are going to teach them cleanliness, everything. But if we ourselves are not keeping our campus clean, they will tell us, you are hypocrites. You are teaching us, but you yourself are not keeping clean. Sometimes people, even foreigners, once I asked, how do you find our campus? He said, it is beautiful, but I see litters or papers, these plastic bottles along the road. That was his observation, and that was his comment. So if you want our own health and our own environment to be clean, and we want to show to the outside world and to our campus also, many people come to see how it is. It's beautiful, it's green, that is one thing. But if they find a lot of garbage, papers, plastics along the road or near our buildings, then I think our university will have a bad name. So I would request all of us to keep this in mind and to see from tomorrow or from this, after this meeting itself, even if you find some litters on the road, it may not be very difficult to lift up, to lift it and throw it at the right place where it should be. If we can do right from after this meeting, then I think people will learn from us and it become a habit. Once you have it as a habit, it is not difficult. But as I said, if you think that this is to be done by others, not by me, or if you think it is an order, then it will be difficult. So I think we have to inculcate the habit of keeping clean and to practice all these things so that our compass become clean, not only clean, but it become healthy. Because unless it is clean, lot of disease, which can be transmitted through this garbage and through these darts. So let us take a pledge today that henceforth I'll be an agent of cleanliness. And I'll try to do my best to keep the university the compass. It is not necessary to keep only this message in the university compass. Even when you go home, your parents, your children may not be able to keep them clean. So we have to even practice this at home and in the village or wherever we are. So let us all be an agent of change for good, for cleanliness. If we do that, this spending about 1 hour here in this building will have meaning. Otherwise, even if we convene a number of meetings, we will not see any success. So let us pledge ourselves, of course, need not do openly, but within yourselves, to keep that our compass and our surroundings, wherever we are, clean. One very good thing I found is, while I was in Europe and all, I used to travel around, and sometimes we stay in this youth hostel. In India, I don't know whether they do. We stay 1 or 2 nights in the youth hostel. The floor, everything seemed to be very clean because we do not throw things. But before we check out, in the morning, the people who are looking after this guest house, what is that? These youth hostels, they tell us to clean the room. So if there is even one piece of paper, before we check out, we used to go around and see that there is, if there is any paper or any dirt, we collect and throw it in the dustbin. So that I think they let us do to cultivate the habit of cleanliness. I think that was a good thing. Even now, we say that every Friday in the office, every second and fourth Friday, I think, the office, we say that we will clean them ourselves. So as the register said, we had done once earlier, but I think now we are going to do more and more regular. So everybody does cleaning in their respective places. We have cleaners. Now, because of shortage of staff, even we have to help our cleaners. At least your own table and your chair and surrounding, if all of us can clean them ourselves so that our cleaners, these MTS people, will have less work. If you think that all this cleaning has to be done by MTS or our housekeeping staff, then I don't think they can keep them clean, because now we have reduced the staff, MTS as well as keeping staff. We have reduced them so much. So I think this is also a good time to take this responsibility of keeping our own office, our own tables clean, so that our MTS and our housekeeping staff will also be helped, so that our campus, our offices are kept clean. So I don't think I have to say much. I think as educated people, you know much more than I what is the importance of cleanliness. So it's only whether we want to keep ourselves healthy, or we want to keep ourselves clean. So let us take this message from today and have a good beginning. Anything else? Don't have to take care. So I thought office might have made a pledge, so there is no pledge. So pledge within yourselves that you will do all these things and keep this university the most beautiful university. Okay? So I think with these few words, I once again thank you for having come, and also thank you in advance that you are going to keep our university and surroundings clean, and also going to spread the message of cleanliness not only in the university but at home, in the villages, wherever you are. So I wish you a very, very fruitful life, for which I think we are all here to help and to teach others who are not as fortunate as we are, who do not know and who do not have also the means to do good things. So we are the fortunate ones. So let us not waste the opportunities we have for doing good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the speech. I do hope each and every one of us do take a pledge within ourselves to comply with the message the Vice Chancellor has given, just given. And students, have you realized that you have been given an additional title? First and foremost, you are students. And now, in addition to your title as students, you have been bestowed out the title of Soldiers of Cleanliness. I hope you'll take that seriously. Now let us go back with a message that I shall keep my table clean. I shall keep my seat clean. I shall keep my surroundings clean. I shall keep my office clean. I shall keep my department clean. I shall keep my hostel clean. And I shall keep my residence very clean. Let's go back, all of us. Go back with that message. Respected Vice Chancellor, sir, thank you for the encouraging words. Not only words, and your acts which you have shown in this direction. I want to thank you for that. DSW, Professor Lianzela and other faculty members, State Duty officers, my dear colleagues, and most of all, my dear student friends. I thank you very, very much for being here today and join us in this very important program. Let's go back, as we have said earlier, with that very important message of cleanliness. Thank you very much. Now the program comes to an end.